Okay, so hopefully everyone's ready to go. As with all these sessions, we still need to do our warm-up, even though this one's a little bit less jumping around. But we're going to stick to our standard warm-up. So just keep that continuity in what we're doing. Okay, so before we start, as I mentioned on most of the time, hopefully you've seen a newsletter. We sent out a newsletter. Check your spam folder. If you haven't received it yet, have a good read. There's some really good information in there. Just about all the stuff on YouTube, Running Club, the website's all up to date, and all that sort of stuff. So as always, if you're not one of our members, I think you all are on there. That's cool. If you're not one of our members, you need to do this at your own risk. Just work within your own abilities, get the most out of it as you can and enjoy it. If you are one of our members, we'll get stuck into this. So this is our BOGA session. Like I said, you'll need a mini band, one of these ones. Okay, but if you don't have one, don't worry, you can still do this session without one. Okay, so we've designed it so it's still available to everybody to do. But the main focus is on about 1, 2, 3, 4 of these moves. We're using a mini band. But if you don't have one, you can still do the moves without them. Okay, so we're about to start our 9-minute warm-up. When we finish the warm-up, I'll just quickly explain what the moves are and then we'll go through them. When we finish the warm-up as well, you're better off doing this circuit in your socks or bare feet. Definitely socks for me with my minging feet. And even better still, if you can get trampoline socks off the kids, that's brilliant because they'll grip better. So when we finish the warm-up, because we're going to be jumping around trainers, if you can, do this in your socks and bare feet. That way you'll get more out of it, you can feel your feet better on the floor, and you're less likely to snap the bands because of the sharp edges on your trainer will split these. Okay, so without further ado, let's start our warm-up. So remember here, jumping jacks first. Let's go. So next one we're doing heel flicks, and we just start nice and easy. It's another beautiful day, perfect weather for this. It's really warm. Okay, doing heel flicks, so you get loads out of these stretches. This warm up will also help us do that. Just nice and easy, flicking halfway up. Next one, knee raises. Again, just halfway up, nice and easy. So this is our strength and stretch session, or BOGA, as we like to call it, BOF yoga. Actually, some of our warm-up moves are moves in this circuit, this session. So next we're going to do reverse lunge and reach with one hand, same arm, same leg. Going to change, big reach up, stretching out through the sides here, and swap. Stretch, brief stretch. Next move, we're going to squat and twist. Remember to reach up and back with the hands. Good, feet shoulder width apart. Squat, twist to both sides. Trying to figure out if I'm a bit stiff from that massive bike ride yesterday. All that HIIT session last night, that was hard work. So this is going to benefit me as well. Next one into the press up position, step and reach. Here we go. Step, reach, switch sides. And a press up. Look at the hand at the top of the stretch. Blinded by the sun on this side. I'm not complaining. Hopefully you're not being blinded. by my reflection on the forehead. So here we go, back to jumping jacks. A little bit quicker, mix them up. Go, two to the side, two to the front, side, front. Next one, back to heel flicks. A little bit higher this time, stretching out the front of the thighs. Next one, the knee raises. Get a little bit higher than last time. Bringing that heart rate up. Get his blood pumping around all these muscles we're about to work and stretch. Next, go into a forward lunge and twist. Twist over your front leg. So step on the left, twist to the left, back in. Step, twist, follow your hands round with your eyes so the whole body moves. Trying to get your shoulders to 90 degrees. Obviously if your flexibility allows that. Next one, we're going to do a wide leg squat and reach. So feet wide, toes and knees in line, reach across. Big reach up. And the next one in our press up position. Drop the hips, so lift the hips. Here we go. So stretch out through the abs. Stretch out through the back of the legs. There we go. Press up. Stretch. Lift. Press up. Go then once more into our jumping jacks. A little bit quicker again. Then our switches. Or our new one. It's not that deep. Switch. Now back into heel flicks. And change all the way up this time. That's good. Then back to our knee raises. And again, all the way up this time, nice and high with those knees. So even if you're having to slow down a little bit to bring the knees higher, that's good. Then we're into our leg swings. That's good. So swing the legs to the front. Opposite hands, opposite shin. We're going to arm swings. Good, change, big reach at the top. And backwards. Again, big reach. And chest stretch. And a few more again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Last one, walkouts. Here we go. So let's walk out, press up, walk back, reach. And again. That's good. And rest there. Good. So like I said at the start, you need a mini band, but you can do this without a mini band. Okay, there's a harder and easier version to do as we go through this as well. Okay, so the harder version basically puts a lot more work through the upper body. Okay, so if you want to do that, just follow my lead. So it'll be things like using a mini band when we lunge and reach, adding a press up when we step and reach, press up when we do mountain climbers, press up in walkouts. But if you're struggling with that, you don't have to put in the press up. You can miss that out, okay? So you need your mini band. Like I said at the start, you're much better off doing this in socks or bare feet. Pinching the kids' trampoline socks is a great idea. That way you won't rip the band, and it's just better for when you place your feet. You can feel it as you push your feet into the floor. Okay? So we're going to do each move for a minute. Then the first time we do this, we're going to rest for 30 seconds so I can explain each one. Okay, the second time we'll do it will be a little bit quicker, so it'll be a minute and then 20 seconds rest. Then a third time will be 10 seconds rest straight into the next one. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit longer than normal, so it will take us up to about 5 to 1 rather than quarter to 1. So if you want to do 2, that's great. If you can do all 3, brilliant. So the first one, we're going to do lunge and reach. Very similar to as we're doing a warm-up, but this time I'm using both hands. And if you want to make it harder through the upper body, okay, you want to use the band. So use the band if you want to make it harder, follow me. Without the band if you want to make it a bit easier. Okay, so here we go. So reverse lunge, reach up, breathe twice, stand up, switch sides. So the emphasis here is all on that reach and pushing the hips through. If you keep pulling the band apart, it's going to put loads of work through your shoulders. And the pause at the bottom. 2 big breaths. Keep pulling that band apart if you want that tension. If you're finding this hard, ditch the band. So step back. Don't worry, that's not my kids. And step back. Reach, breathe. 2. And each one of these is a minute. So take your time and rest. Okay, next one, as we do in our warm-up, is our press up position. This time step, breathe, reach, breathe. You want to make it harder. Every time you switch, do a press up. Step, breathe, reach, breathe. No need for a band on this one. So we're going in 5 seconds. In the press up position, down we go. And step, reach, switch side. Then we'll do a press up with or without the press up. Good work. Take your time through the moves. Breathe, look at the hand, breathe. Good, nice and steady. step, breathe, reach, breathe. Remember, press up is optional. This you want to make it a bit more of a workout through the upper body. And rest. Okay, our next one is a squat and a mini band march. So you need to put the band around the feet shoulder width apart. Okay, if you haven't done this before, do 6 marches. If you have, try and do 8. Obviously the more marches, the harder this is. So what you're going to do is a squat and then march. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we do this march, let's go. Drive the knee up, bring the foot forward. 6 or 8, squat. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Now we bring that knee up so your thighs are parallel and you've got a right angle with your feet, your legs. Okay, squat and march. 1, 2. Drive that knee up, so working against the resistance of the band. Squat and again. 2, 3. So it's all under control. You're not trying to go a million miles an hour. You should be really feeling this work. And basically the squat gives you a bit of a relief. So remember 6 or 8. We'll start on 8. Just getting too much through the hips. Okay, drop to 6 and rest. Okay, this one we're going to do a prone position or is in a press up position. Kick out to the side. Again, you can do the press ups. If you can't do this, do our hip drop and hip lift. So you're going to be here, foot out to the side, back in. Press up, foot out to the side. Breathe, back in. If you can't do that, because of your flexibility, do this move. Remember to breathe twice at the bottom and the top. So here we go. So 2 breaths, back in. So this is a really good move after those marches because you're stretching out through here, through your hips. So step to the side, drop down, feel a real stretch. As you drop down, you should feel a really hit through here on the other side. Remember, press ups are optional. You want to make some more of an upper body workout through this. But be warned, there's a lot of press ups. So stretch out through those hips. Just when you've got the leg out to the side, just drop down, extend the stretch. Good. Don't forget we're doing this twice more, so we'll be able to get the hang of it. Back on our mini bands. Remember, if you don't have a mini band, just do exactly the same thing, just without the mini band. This time, we're going to squat, kick out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get up to 8 or 6 or 8, and then squat. Try and squat shoulder width apart. Here we go. Squat. Really work against the resistance of the band. Again, you should be feeling it here, just where we've stretched. 6 or 8. And then again. I'm already finding that tough, so I'm dropping down to 6. Just work within your own abilities. Good, so strong in the middle. Try and keep your balance as you step. I always find this one really tough. And then looking ahead, keep those stomach muscles tight. Big deep squat, just as that relief from here. And rest, good work. Okay, we've got 3 left. We're going to do our wide squat, stretch, drop, reach, and up. So wide squat to stretch, breathe, drop, reach, and up. Okay? So start with a nice wide stance, toes and knees in line. Stretch through the hamstrings first. Here we go. So stretch, breathe, drop, reach, breathe out as you push up. Stretch, drop, exhale, reach, exhale, stretch, good work, all under control. Take your time, good, deliberate exhale each time. So you press, stretch, breathe in, out, drop, in, out, reach, and up. Take your time, big stretches, still working, and rest. Okay, next one, half walkouts. So you start in this low position, just walk out, optional press up, walk the hands back here, breathe, back out we go. Remember, move the opposite hand every time you come back in. So we're in that low squat position, pull the feet apart, big stretch out through the groin, still working the thighs. So down we go, walk the hands out, pause or do a press up, walk the hands back, here we go. Now, optional press up. Good strong move, take your time. If you're not doing the press up, just pause for a breath. So these moves shouldn't get you out of breath. So if you are, just slow down a little bit. As you get your heart rate pumping, breathe in a little bit harder, but not unable to hold a conversation. Big breath in that sit position, that optional press up, and stand up, shake hands. It's hot out here. So last one, I'm going to do mountain climbers. So 6 or 8 mountain climbers. Use the band or with or without the band. Okay, and try and do a press up. If you need to, do the press up on your knees. So the mountain climbers, against the resistance of the band, and a press up if you can. Okay, let's go. So 6 or 8. Press up. If you need to, do the press up on your knees. If you can, full press up. I can do 8. It's a bit of a struggle. So next one, I'm going to drop to 6. This one should be really, really hitting your core. And rest there, guys. Good work. That's all 8 done. Okay, so we're going to keep it the same format. Actually, I was going to drop the rest time, but actually you probably need it just to reach up, stretch out, loosen off a little bit. So again, same 8 moves, 1 minute work, 30 seconds rest. So again, the emphasis here is on all that stretching, okay? So remember those breaths, exhale, stretching out at the points where we can. When we reach up, we're still stretching out. All on a stretch. going to go in 30 seconds. Then we're going for our lunge and reach. Remember, with or without the band. If you use the band, it's going to put more stress through the upper body. That's what you want. So the emphasis on this stretch is pushing the hips through and reaching up high with the hands. Only 10 seconds. That's cool. Hi Murray, let's go. So reverse lunge, reach up high with the hands, keep pulling the band apart, push the hips through. 2 breaths, up and change. Push the hips through, big reach up. And if you struggle, just get rid of the band. It's going to put a lot of work through your upper body, especially if you keep pulling it apart. So remember, this is all about control. Stretching, strength and stretching. Nice little change from all the jumping around and lifting, puffing and panting. It kind of complements what we're doing. And push your hands up, lean back slightly, push the hips through. Breathe twice at the bottom of this move. Good. That's it, and rest. So next one, we're into our press up position. Step and reach. And press ups optional. I'm always doing a harder version. If you want to miss out the press ups, we'll do a press up every 2 moves. That's great. Remember, we breathe on the step, breathe on the reach. So you go into press up position to start. There's a step, breathe, breathe. Back into the middle. Optional press up, step, push the hips into the floor, and reach. And change sides. Again, take your time through the moves. Big breath on each one. Good. Stretches through the hips and the groin here, and through the upper body and the shoulders on that top move. And to follow the hand up. Nice and high. Step, breathe, push the hips into the floor, stretch and change. That's good. Next one, run our mini bands. So mini band around the feet. Obviously, if you don't have a mini band, you can still do this without the mini band. Most important bit on this is bringing that foot up to 90 degrees. So don't keep the foot behind you or underneath you. You want to be bringing it up here. Okay, so we're really working from here, driving that knee up. Let's go. 1 squat. And then 6 or 8 marches. Depending on how tough you find it. Good strong squat and march up. Remember, bringing that foot forward. Don't keep that foot underneath you. You want to make it kind of forceful drive up. So really driving up from here. 1, 2, 6. Okay, so that's getting really tough now. So I'm going to drop mine to 6. And got all under control. Drive it up. Bring that foot forward. Try to get your thighs parallel to the floor. And rest. Okay, so we're back into our prone position, press up position. Remember, kicking out to the sides to stretch out through the hips. Remember, if you struggle with this, okay, do the hip drop, hip lift. But if you can do this, it's a great stretch through here. We'll go about 10 seconds. You're going to bring the leg out to the side and then lower the body on top of it. So here we go. Looking out to the side, stretch, breathe, and an optional press up. This is my new favourite one. I found this on a rugby website, of all places. Not a yoga website, but a World Rugby Sevens website. Just going to show you to be fit, fast, strong. You've got to have your good flexibility and range of movement, which, as you can see, I'm lacking. That leg should be straight. Remember the optional press up. Do step, lower. That's good. And rest. Okay, back into a wide leg squat. Stretch, drop, reach. So wide leg stance first. Loving these grippy socks. And jump. Okay, so going about 10 seconds. So wide stance, legs straight as we lower into that stretch. So stretch, exhale, lower, reach. So again, stretch, exhale, lower, and reach. Okay, so we go again, stretch, lower, look up, look ahead, reach, again as far back as your flexibility would allow. It's quite a tough move if you're a bit stiff through the upper body, particularly through the back. Stretch, drop, reach, stretch, good strong breath in. And rest. So into our half walkouts. Maybe we start off in that low position. Big breath. Walk out either into a press up position and hold, breathe, or into a press up, back up, and walk back out. Remember to change the leading hand, so we're not overworking one side, okay? So you go about 5 seconds. So I start with a nice wide stance again because my flexibility is shocking. Here we go, breathe, walk the hands out. Good deep press up, switch hands. 2 breaths this time, slowing it right down. Here we come. Okay, so when I get into this position here, keep my elbows tucked in and then pushing my knees apart. This will give you a good groin stretch. So in, push the knees apart, breathe twice, and then walk the hands out. Optional press up. Push those knees apart. Good, back we go. And rest, good. And last one, our mini band mountain climbers. If you're struggling with the mini band, ditch the mini band. So what we're going to do, try and here is just throw in a press up after your 6 or 8 moves with the mountain climbers. Okay, again, it's just going to give here a bit of a rest. If you need to, do the press up on your knees. If you need to, just put the knees down, breathe twice, and then try and repeat. Let's go. Working against the resistance of the band. 7, 8. Good deep press up. And a good strong position. Really tight through here. And press up. Remember, all times keep looking forward of your hands. Try not to look underneath. Good strong reps. Really hitting the core. Should be really feeling this through your stomach muscles. You've got 10 more seconds. One more, press up and rest. Amazing. Good work guys, again take a minute. Everyone doing all right? So we've got one more of these to do. If you want to, they take 12 minutes. So 8 moves, 30 seconds rest in between. One more to do if you have the time. So again, just because this is the last one, don't change anything. Keep that nice steady rhythm. Try not to go too fast. Concentrate on those stretches and the breathing. Okay, just wait for everyone to get back on screen and I'll zoom. Loads more people watching on Facebook. Good day, alls. Alls. This is tough. It is Adele, it is. But remember all those modifications. If you need to, take out the press ups. Don't use the band on the moves. If you can, keep going with it. And if it's really tough, just slow it down. Take your time. Good work, guys. Here we go. Last time. So going back to our reverse lunge and reach. Let's go. Remember, with or without the band. Same principle. Reach up with the hands, push the hips through. Reach up, 2 breaths. So really exaggerating the stretch here for your hip flexors. Good, if you can, try and keep the knee off the floor. Then we're working an isometric move here, so this muscle, this leg's taking all the weight. But if you need to, put the knee down, lean back, reach up. If you're using a band, remember, keep pulling it apart. The only reason you're using a band is to put more work through the upper body. If you don't want that, ditch the band. But keep pulling that band apart. So many things to think about. And rest. Okay, so next one we're into our step and reach. Optional press ups. Remember the big emphasis is pushing the hips into the floor, stretching out through the groin and the hips, and then reaching up so we're stretching out through the shoulders and the upper body. It's warm, loving it. So you go, press up position. So we're going to step, breathe, keep pushing the hips into the floor, reach. We'll really open up the chest. Optional press up, step, reach, breathe, big, exaggerated breath. Okay, take your time. You don't need to do the press ups. Don't know why I said that in that direction. You don't have to do the press ups. Just slow the move down. And rest there. Good work. Okay, back to our mini bands. With or without the band, doing our squat and march. Remember 6 or 8 reps. That's 3 or 4 on each leg. So do alternate. Start with the feet shoulder width apart, good deep squat. Push the hands out to the front if you need to work as a counterbalance. And then drive the foot up. Remember, bring the foot up to 90 degrees as well. Don't leave the foot underneath. Here we go. Working against the band. Stay tall. Abs nice and tight. Really driving that knee up. So I started on 8, still manageable. Go big deep squat. Who said Marines couldn't march? They can't. But they can when they have to. Okay, that's really started to pinch now, so I'm going to drop to 6. Smart as a guardsman, twice as hard. And rest. Okay, back into our great, it's my favourite, I said. So our press up position, step out to the side, drop down, stretch out through here. Optional press up as always, just because I love press ups. So go to 10 seconds. When we start in a press up position, step out to the side. Let's go, out, lower, breathe. Optional press up. So step, lower. Might need to bend your arms a little bit to lower yourself. Maintain a good strong press up position. If you need to, spend longer in the stretch. Hopefully you're feeling this here, and that leg's going that way. I'm looking forward to the hands. Optional press ups. No, mantra for everyday life. Optional press ups. Okay, this time we're into side kicks. That one I like, this one I don't like, but it's really good. So same as before, 1 squat, and then we're kicking out to the side. Again, 6 or 8, 3 and 4 on each side. If you want to start on 8, that's great, but then drop it down. If it's really sore, drop it down to 4. So a nice deep squat. Here we go, out to the side. Remember, you're kicking from the hips. So from here. Feet shoulder width apart. Squat, gives you that little bit of a break. Again, under control. You can see I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to rush. It's not like a mad mental hip workout. Okay, that's really starting to hurt now. Or work now. It doesn't hurt, it works. So I'm doing 6. Never realised how much of a liar I became until I started doing this job. That's good. Squat, step out, that's good, and rest. So here we go, 3 more moves, and I'll leave you alone. Okay, so we're going to our wide leg stance. Stretch, drop, reach, stand up through. So feet nice and wide, toes and knees in line. So nice wide stance. There we go. So stretch, drop, reach, breathe through. Stretch, drop, reach, good, stretch, exhale, drop, exhale, reach, exhale, and again. Take your time. Good, if the flexibility allows, just bring your feet in closer. A lifetime of sport, the Marines, and crazy workouts has meant I'm nearly as inflexible as Jason. And rest. Okay, we're into our half walkouts. Just shake the legs out. Remember, when we're doing these half walkouts, when we're in this low position, get the elbows in here, push the feet, knees apart, and you get a good stretch through the inner side here, through your groin. It's one we don't do a lot. So you feel all around here is work through the glutes, the hips, everything. So here we go. So drop down, push the knees apart, 2 breaths, and count, press it. Really pull those knees apart, and push them apart. Remember to change the hand that you walk back with, so always changing the hand that moves first. Again, if you're not doing a press up, just pause. Otherwise, big, deep press ups. Love them. Hold that hand back. Push the knees out. Keep looking ahead. 10 more seconds. Ish. And rest. Here we go. Last move. These are mountain climbers with or without mini bands. If you've already done it with a mini band, you'll know this is hard. That last 20 seconds really hits your core. Okay? So 10 seconds. Have an optional press up. Okay, let's go. Drive that knee forwards. Press up if you can. On the knees if you need to, otherwise just pause and come back up. Again, I started on 8. Remember, either pause or press up. And now having to drop down to 6, finding this tough. 20 seconds to go, guys. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Maybe one more move. One more press up. And we have done. Great work, guys. Great work. Just take a breather, grab some water. Hopefully you feel stretchier and stronger. Okay, we do need to do a couple of stretches. You don't have to do loads on this, just to release all the tension in here. Okay. So take a minute, and you've just got about five stretches to go through. Okay, just mainly through the lower body. And mainly through the hips around here. You might feel yourself quite tight through here. So we want to release this. So we haven't really done much through the calves, so we don't need to do any stretches there. So we'll start with the big muscles. So we're going to do all these big muscles through here. So all we're going to do first is your hamstring stretch. Okay, we're going to hold these for about 30 seconds. Nice long stretches this time. Just extend your stretch, lower your chest down a little bit further. And come up, change legs. Again, that front leg locked out, all the way to the bent leg, sink back, lower the chest down till you feel you tighten up through the back of the thighs. Extend your stretch, lower down a bit further. And coming up into a quad stretch. Then bring the knees together, push the hips through, stay up tall, shoulders back. Again, extend your stretch, push the hips through, push the shoe into the hand. More seconds. And change legs. Again, push those hips through. You're struggling with this one. His knees really tight. Keep pushing the hips through. Keep pushing the shoe into the hand. And change. Okay, this time I'm going to do a glute stretch. So pigeon pose, see in that press up position, put the knee underneath the chest. Lower the chest down over that front leg. Walk the hands out. You should have a big stretch through here. As soon as the stretch releases a bit, just walk the hands away from the stretch. And come up and change stance. Knee underneath the chest. Lower the body down. Fully extend that back leg. Get as low as your flexibility will allow. Coming up. Okay, so next one is one of our moves on here, but you want an emphasis on the stretch. Okay, so you're going to start in this position. Okay, reach up as high as you can, lean back slightly, and then squeeze your glutes at the same time. You should feel a massive stretch here through your hip flexor. Okay, so not in your quads, your hip flexor. So reach up, lean back, really squeeze the glutes. Keep squeezing those glutes, particularly on this side, the same side that your hand is up. Keep squeezing, keep reaching a little bit further. Lift a little bit and change sides. So again, start in that position, knee on the floor, so we're not trying to work this on, we're actually trying to stretch. Reach up, lean back, squeeze the glutes. Again, it's big stretch through here, really loosen off this. All these marchers, mountain climbers with a band really hits this. You know, it's good to work it, but we definitely need to release it. Big reach up. Again, halfway through the stretch, reach up a bit higher. Keep pushing the hips through, squeezing that glute, especially on the arm side that's up, the knee down, arm up. Okay, and last one, just standing up, feet nice and wide. All you're going to do is a groin stretch, just push the hips forward and then slowly lower this hip down in towards the floor. Try and stay upright so you're not bending forwards. This way we're still hitting your hip flexors and really hitting the groin. So put this leg wide enough so it's not starting to shake from all the work and having to hold your whole body weight, and you're trying to push this hip into the floor. Come up to the middle, adjust your feet if you need to, and across to the other side. Remember, you're just trying to push this hip down into the floor. Stay upright, push the hips through, and push them into the floor. Last little bit. And coming up. Reach up. And rest there. Great work this afternoon, guys. Great work. Brilliant effort. So our next two sessions coming up are at 6 o'clock this evening, 1800 hours with Jason doing circuit training, and 12 o'clock tomorrow also with Jason doing core hip workout. Okay, have a great day, guys. Stay happy. If anybody wants to have a chat, obviously join our Zoom meeting 1 o'clock. The links are on the website. It's not this one. Otherwise we'll see you at the next one. Stay safe, stay happy, guys. Thanks very much. See you soon. Catherine.